In this demo, we will take a look at how we can perform a join operation between two tables on Hive. We begin once again by connecting to the beeline terminal, and for that we run beeline from the command line. Once the beeline prompt is up, we can execute our first query, which is simply to show the databases which currently exist. In addition to the default database, which is created automatically by Hive, there is the university database which we created in the earlier lab of this course. We wish to work with the second database here, so we simply run use university. This database already contains one table called students, which we created previously, and in order to join that table with something else, we create one more table. So this table will be called scorecards and will contain the scores obtained by students in certain courses. Note the use of the statement create table if not exists. As the phrase implies, the scorecards table will only be created if it does not already exist. So this is the schema of this table which we are about to create. And when we execute this, we see that the table has already been created, and we can confirm the fact by executing show tables. And there we have it. The scorecards table has now been created in addition to the students which was already there. We can view the schema of the scorecards table by running the describe scorecards command. And this confirms that the schema is exactly as we had defined it previously. So note over here the presence of the student ID column, which is the one which links it to the students table. We will be using that column in order to perform the join operation. But before we can do that join, we need to add some data into the scorecards table. So here I'm inserting 6 rows of data into the table, and whatever data you do enter, do make sure that you're following the schema constraints. And once the data has been loaded, we can simply run a select star from scorecards to confirm that the data is indeed there. And once we have that confirmation, we are now ready to perform our join operation. From the result of the join operation, we only wish to select specific columns. We list those out in the select clause here. And note that here we specify the specific ID field which we want by making use of the dot operator. In this example, we list down students.id to be returned in our result, whereas all the other fields do not have this particular dot operator. Using the dot is particularly helpful when there is some ambiguity in the column names between the two tables which you are joining. For example, if there was a column called ID in both the tables and you'd only like to return one of them in your result, then you can make use of this dot operator to specify which of those